Hi everyone, I'm in a new province and I just finished up the league with Blue-White Advisor Mill. You guys can check out the deck tech for this deck on the Professor from Tolarian Community College's channel by clicking on the link right up there. I'm so thankful that I got to work with the prof on this one. It was a blast. Anyway, you can mill your opponent for 12 a few times in a row with dramatic reversal in whatever matches you want by clicking on the timestamps in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video or subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the league. All right, we get to play first. That's awesome. We'll take it. We got some bell ringers. We got a brainstorm that we can set up with our petitioners. We've got lands. I think this is fine. We're not going to brainstorm on turn one. Although maybe we should. No, I'm going to keep. I am going to keep. I'm going to keep. It's a little slow, but it's not super bad. I think it's risky to brainstorm before we have a petitioners down. We'll get brainstorm locked potentially. We have 7 fetches though, so maybe it is worth it. Okay, so if I brainstorm here, what am I looking for? Ash Barrens to use on our upkeep. We might find a familiar. And if we find a familiar, we can set up petitioners for next turn. The Battle Screech Advisor's deck would be sweet. With Shields of Alicevale. What do you guys think? Should I snap off this brainstorm on turn 1? I don't think it's easy. But it could be correct. Delver, okay. So what kind of Delver deck is this? I think I am going to, even at the risk of getting brainstorm locked. More petitioners and a gush. Okay, well, we're going to take the gush. Because over the next couple turns, that will help us set up, especially where we're a little choked on mana here. We'll put the petitioners back. And it's going to be slow going, but we might be okay. Slowly getting worse after arena hit. I suppose, though. It is an interesting thing. So we'll play petitioners, pass the turn. Next turn, we'll be able to play petitioners around days. You think this is Scred Delver? I could see it being Scred Delver. They're gonna daze, okay. The tempo deck is tempoing us. So see if they flip Delver. They kept 7. Okay, so they don't flip Delver. That's great news. Plays an island. Are we gonna see a fairy here? Spellstarter Sprite is definitely an issue. Oh, it's not snow covered, yeah, so it's probably not Scred. And how you doing, Bozo? So we'll play our land and petitioners. We can use Gush to get up to enough mana to play 2 petitioners next turn. Yeah, so almost certainly no Scred. Unless they're on some kind of like weird... Oh yeah, we got tempoed big time. Big tempoed. Not my tempo. So they're going to flip their Delver, which means we only have a little bit of time to kind of sneak their stuff through here. And potentially combo off. So let's see if they flip Delver and what they flip it on. Hard counter would kind of be a beating. Although even just getting the ritual mode. Ooh, so they don't have any creature spells in hand. That's interesting. Or they don't have any non-creature spells going on. Probably not in hand, I'd assume. Opponent thinking about attacking. No attacks. All right. So Gush getting countered here isn't the end of the world. Ooh, Sunscape Familiar. Okay. So let's play Familiar with Daze back up. I think is what we want to do. And then we'll Gush. And then we can replay the island and play out the 2 petitioners. What's more important resolving here? Gush or Familiar? Familiar, if we run Gush into a counter, we still get the Familiar plan anyway, so I think we're just going to Gush here first. And see what we draw. We might want to use our mana differently. This does feel like blue-black 1-drops. Oh man, are we going to get to live the dream? Okay, play Familiar. Play a land. Oh, we already played our land. Okay, Petitioner. Oh, I hope we don't get dazed again. Petitioner. We have another Gush to set up next turn. if they do have another daze. This is more like it. This is exactly what we're trying to do. They're going to daze. Okay. We can't pay for that. We'll pass the turn. We got a gush in hand. Yeah, opponent doing nothing is pretty huge. That's really weird that they wouldn't have set up Delver with that daze. I don't understand what's going on there. So they get an island. They're going to leave up counterspell mana for next turn. We kind of need this gush to resolve now, so they have to snuff out. Okay. Well, that's awkward, for sure. They're going to snuff out the wall. Okay, that's not a huge issue. We need the petitioners, not the wall. And Augur? Oh, Gurmag Angler. Yikes. Well, I've seen this before. Familiar was juking back there. Another Familiar. Okay. So play Island, play Familiar, and we're not going to gush until next turn. Play Petitioners. Oh, do they have another daze? Okay, no, we're good. Pass. Third daze would have kind of been hazardous there. So Familiar is just coming down basically as a chump blocker here because we probably don't need the mana. We'll be up to 4 mana next turn. And we really just have to resolve a Familiar, or resolve a Petitioners and get moving. Well, I mean, we are just going to draw into more, so I think it's more of a card advantage issue than having enough Familiar, or having enough Petitioners. There is an argument for just taking 8 here. I think we do just take 8. We can always block with Familiar next turn. Down to 8. We are real low on life, though. Opponent gets some blue mana. They can Agony Warp now. All right, turn comes back. What do we draw? Brainstorm. Okay. So let's gush. Draw some cards. Hopefully. Okay, now it might be reasonable to think we need another Petitioner or two. Oh, okay. So we'll put back land. Play Evolving Wilds. Crack Evolving Wilds. For Island. Ponder. Oh, we need another Petitioner. Okay, there's some Petitioners. So I wonder if we keep Brainstorm so that we can draw both, just in case Petitioners hit the dirt next turn. Either way, I think we go Petitioner, Brainstorm, Petitioner. But we do not want to shuffle our library. You think we should have kept Ash Barrens? We would have had the mana. You're right. All right, well, we might as well get in for 3. No, we shouldn't. Because then if they kill Sunscape Familiar, we're just dead. We'll get in for 1. Yeah. That's true. All right, Sunscape going on chump block mode. Oh, this is tough. We take 3 from Delver. Can't flashback Strands. Can't play Petitioners and Strands next turn. So that means we have to block with Petitioners. Opponent gushes. Yikes. At least this feels a little bit closer. However, we do need 4 activations to do anything. To win. All right, so let's think about next turn. So if we Strands next turn, they could just counter it. But I think we're dead if we don't. Augur going to get... Echoing Decay. Okay. Not a huge issue. I think we got a Strands next turn too. Whew. Okay. Turn comes back. We draw the Brainstorm we knew about. Okay. All right. Let's pass through. We're going to Strands on upkeep on black. Take 3 down to 2. All right, so Strands on black. They could have foil, which would be tough. On black. What's up, Pauper or Bust? We're just trying to jank him out with the advisors here. So we can have 6 here. We gotta let Augur get in as well and go down to 1. They just attack with Delver. Okay, so that's kind of nice. As nice as it can be anyway. Oh, this is so hard. I don't know if we can win this game. Because we'd have to flashback on blue and chump Gurmag Angler next turn, and we wouldn't have enough time to commit the last persistent petitioners to actually like get the milling going. Maybe Strands isn't that bad in this matchup. We probably do want to take it out for the relics, though. They have double blue as well. Another petitioners. What's up, Zimpify? Well, I'm glad. I'm really glad you caught us live. That's awesome. So we could brainstorm. What are we looking for if we brainstorm? Pretty much nothing. Because we have to Strands on blue next turn and we lose. And the only way we can do that is with Bellringer. All right, let's see if they got a counterspell. I guess we brainstorm into another Strands, which is like a little safer, but pass back to them. So Bellringer. Yep. Strands on blue. And if they have the counterspell, that's game. Well, not all the way dead yet. All right, they're going to attack. We get to chump Gurmag with Bellringer, which is going to preserve our petitioners. I feel like they just have a removal spell for the petitioners so that it doesn't even really matter. It kind of is, though, isn't it? They're going to gush again. Yep. $11 cards in their hand. I can't imagine they don't have just like infinite interaction. We just, there's no way we can survive next turn anyway. So I'm almost positive we just 100% lose here, but I'm going to see what our top deck is. Might as well play it out. I'm going to snuff out of petitioners. You got it. A damage kill looking pretty realistic. And Gurmfather. Yeah, because next turn, even to mill once, we have to play 2 petitioners, which leaves us just no outs to do anything else. I guess like, yeah, not even Gush gets us out of this. So I think we just lose. We don't have any prismatic strands to dig to or anything like that, but we're gonna play it out for what it's worth. So play the 2 petitioners. We might get some info out of our opponent if they let us resolve. No attacks. Obviously. So opponent, they have a Soul Reap in the main deck. That's interesting. They go to combat. Here comes the lethal swing. 2 Delvers getting in. Gurmfather's also getting in. So go to blocks, block like this, block like this. And we'll mill them just to see if there's anything unusual that we might not be expecting. What's up, Fluff? What's up, man? It's all worth here, dude. It's all worth. So they are running foils. Dispel's main deck, but I think you can expect that. And that's it. We're dead. Okay, how are we going to fight this? Memory Lapse to fight them on the stack is like actually not that unreasonable. We definitely want the relics. I don't think Prismatic Strands bought us enough time there. I think we just have to relic aggressively to buy us time that way. We might have to take one Brainstorm out because it might be a little bit too cute. We probably need the dramatic reversals. Echoing Decay didn't seem like, or Echoing Truth didn't seem like it would be that bad there, but I just don't see it resolving. I think we gotta combo off quick, guys. I think our only option is to combo off about as quick as we can. Deep Analysis is a little just too slow for this. I think if it was a grindier matchup, I'd bring it in. All right, well, we have a million cantrips. We got Brainstorm Shuffle for turn 2. We've got a Relic of Progenitus to attack their graveyard, which I'm going to commit on turn 1, so I'll have to foil it. So I am going to keep this. We have a Gush to help us refill. Curse is still here. On the Brainstorm turn. Oh, did I have that opening? Man. So I Brainstormed instead. I could believe that. Because it didn't have very much interaction. It ended up being like some weird snuff out or something. I can get behind that. So get them on the board as soon as possible, especially when our opponent is representing that they don't have a ton of interaction. I'm hip with that. We've got him, man. Well, I trust your opinions a lot, so that's always good. Draw another Petitioners. Okay, so let's Brainstorm because we do have a shuffle effect. All right, we don't want another island, but we probably don't want this tap land even more. And we've got our Petitioners, so this Ponder I think is a little bit weaker, especially where we've got Gush to provide just sheer card advantage. And I think we can safely... Maybe not, though. I think... Oh, yeah, it's the Milk Creature. This is really hard, because I think I want to keep the Petitioners, and I don't want to go find white mana. But maybe I have to put a Petitioners back. I think it's Evolving Wilds Ponder. And then that way we're set up to just start committing Petitioners and go wild. And I can still get white mana with this, because at most we're going to use 2 islands for our Gush. So I'm going to go like this, go get white mana, and hope we find a familiar. Pass turn. Sucks. All right, so we'll get rid of their Ash Barrens. That's a really pretty Ash Barrens. Is that new? Wow. It's one of the treasure chest ones I've never seen. Oh, I guess they're all treasure chest ones, but that's one of the treasure chest ones I've never seen. Featuring Watsky. Cool. All right, opponent has Augur. Yep. So we'll get Plains here. And F6. So it's going to be Petitioners, and then Gush, Petitioners, Petitioners. All the while trying to be aggressive with the Relic. The turn before they're going to get Angler down, I think we have to sack Relic. I think that's definitely something I have to keep an eye on. There's the 4th one. All right, cast Petitioners, playing around days. Next turn we have 2, which is nice. Augur found nothing. Also nice. Whew. The pressure's on. Opponent up to counterspell mana. 3 mana, Stormbound Geist. That doesn't really matter. It is a fast clock, I guess. We're never going to kill it. Maybe they recognize that. It's always just going to be a 2/2. No attacks from our opponent. Okay. So pretty happy they're tapped the way they are. We found another island. So let's Gush. Draw some cards. Sunscape Familiar. Okay. So let's Sunscape Familiar. Petitioners. I hope they don't have days here. I'm getting a pretty heavy days read here. We will just draw more, but I just don't. We have 2 relics to work through too, so I think I am going to go for it. Okay, they let it go. Cool. Hopefully we can resolve our 4th one next turn and do this thing. Finally. Come on. All right, what's this going to be? Tapping out of their blue mana. I appreciate that. It's probably going to be Gush. Pretty good spell. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't think it's that feasible for them to get Angler at this turn, but just to be safe. It's probably not unrealistic for them to get it next turn. They're going to preordain, so they're looking for interaction here. They have lots. 1 card on top, 1 card on bottom. So we'll see if they snuff out our Petitioners. Hopefully we can just draw more. They're going to probe. So we'll have to sack Relic next turn. We'll try to play the 1-mana Petitioners. And start milling, hopefully. Opponent preordains, so maybe they're looking for a removal spell. I know I would be. But they're going to have to kill all 3. They don't have a crazy fast clock yet, and we're going to nuke their graveyard next turn to keep them off Angler. Hopefully they can't sort out an Angler right now. That would suck. They kill 1, okay. We don't lose the life, but we do take 2 off of this Stormbound Geist. Alright, so start by, probably with my white mana, crack Relic. Exile the graveyards, draw a card. Another familiar isn't going to do it. So play land, play Advisor. And I kind of want to run a Relic here. I think it really does suck if it gets countered, but I feel like that's a risk I've got to take. They are going to daze, okay. They had us there. All right, come on. More cantrips. We've got millions of them in the deck. More cantrips, please. And they're obviously building up to a Gurmag Angler over there. There's Delver, yep. We are weak to the flyers, it's true. We take 2, we find Petitioners. Oh, come on. Let's go. All right, 4 Petitioners on board, gang. You guys ready? Let the milling begin. I don't think I'm going to play Sunscape Familiar here. We might be able to bait next turn with it. Oh, God. Come on, no snuff outs. Opponent's going to brainstorm. 40 cards in library. That is quite a few cards to chew through. It's still 4 activations. Delver will flip, most likely. We have our untap effects. Ooh, they don't flip Delver. That's so weird. I wonder if they just don't know how to stack with Brainstorm. It's definitely possible. Really lucky that Delver didn't flip there. Opponent attacks with Stormbound Geist. We're down to 14. Yep. And go to end step. We'll mill. Oh, guys, come on. Boom. Get you for 12. That is going to help them with Gurmfather next turn, but we've got to be ready for that. Another island. Deck, you are being the biggest jerk right now. So we're going to play out our blockers now. That's probably a little short-sighted because we do need chump blockers for Angler when the time eventually does come. But we only got to activate 3 more times. Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe they are expecting us to do that. So maybe we should mill on upkeep here. We should definitely mill on upkeep here. Or no matter how this goes down. So opponent passes through. They might have a removal spell here. Nope. So we're going to mill. On upkeep. 12, yeah. So we got some Soul Reaps. There's 2 Snuff Outs in the bin too. And does Delver flip? No flip. Okay. All right. All right. 15 cards in our opponent's library. If we find an untap effect and can resolve it, we might win. But they also could just have a huge removal spell here. No removal spell. Looks like Gurmfather. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They had Snuff Out on top. So we stole their Snuff Out. That's pretty interesting. Opponent constructing additional Gurm Fathers. But we have chump blockers now. If they can't kill these, we might do it. Oh, come on. Untap effect. Untap effect. Turn comes back to us. Petitioners. That's a great draw. All right. Let's play Petitioners. Because we can block with the next turn. And it gives us a redundant piece. Opponent is going to use the hard counter on Petitioners. Okay. Pass the turn. So we've got them for another 12 already. We can block these Gurmag Anglers with our Sunscape Familiars. No flip on Delver, which means they didn't draw a non-creature spell. That's what we're afraid of. Oh my god, are we going to do this? Okay, so go through the blocks, block like this, block like this. That's not lethal. We go to 8. Oh, come on, man. Come on, we got him. Woo. Oh, man. Oh, okay. That was so stressful. All right. Let's hope it goes a little bit like that again. Oh my god, that was insane. I don't really know what else I'd want against them besides what we have here. I think the relics were very good, and I think we had just enough Petitioners to combo off when we had to. Resolving an untap effect would have sped the game up by a turn. I guess Memory Lapse can get Angler. This is kind of like an Angler removal spell, but it's a little clunky. I feel like we can't fight them on the stack. Lankenzie, I'm going to ban you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you, man. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad, especially if our Ponder gets dazed. I'm gonna mulligan. Untap land would be great. Oh, this is worse. Yeah, we'd have to find island in our top 2. We're 19 land deck. We're going to 5. Okay, gotta keep it. Petitioners, bottom. We need another land. This is match 1. Okay, so I am going to brainstorm here because fetch land is ideal. I am going to wait till their turn to see if they want to tap out. But we got to hit that land right now. Well, it's on tap. All right, blue-black. What do you got? Augur? Yep. See what Augur finds. Whiff, 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 whiff. Whiff, 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 whiff. Whiff, 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 whiff. Riff. I don't know. If we hit our land drop, we can Sunscape Familiar next turn. Right? Why would we wait, Bozo? Be quick, though. Because we might find a fetch land, right? I think it's worth the risk to get Sunscape out next turn. Yeah, we did find fetch. Okay. Put back Sunscape. Put back island. Oh, yeah. We're famine. We're famine, all right. Pretty hungry out here. How you doing, Mr. Big Stuff? Opponent's got the Evolving Wilds as well. Yep. So, I think getting in the way of Gurmag Angler is going to be kind of important here. Like, next turn. Pretty bad opener. We did have to mull to 5 to get a playable hand. Gataxian Probes, yep. Not going to be lining up for any kind of crazy turn next turn. I wonder if they left their dazes in. I imagine they did. It's kind of nuts that we even had 4 Petitioners on board against this deck at any point. They preordain. Okay, so still not up to Angler mana. Let's see how they preordain. One on bottom, one on top. Okay. Mr. Big Stuff. Isn't that a song? That's a song, right? Is Mr. Big Stuff a song? I feel like it is. Augur gets it. Yeah. Who do you think you are? Jam. So play planes. And we draw Relic. Oh, that's good. That's real good. So I think the plan here, we gotta play around days for this Relic. So I think we gotta go Relic, crack Relic, and kind of take a turn off the Sunscape Familiar plan. So let's play Relic. This might draw out a foil. And if it does, then we'll jam Sunscape Familiar. Let's crack Relic now. Draw an island. Not ideal. I guess it does let us go Familiar, Petitioner next turn, though, which isn't a bad start. 17, Mr. Big Stuff. So opponent probably auguring again. Have they used that Brainstorm? No. Preordains. So you're just going to cantrip off for a little while. Oh, my hands are cold, gang. Guys, I'm freezing. Oh. No, I think it's a lyric, right? Isn't that one of the lyrics in the song? Mr. Big Stuff. That's probably not even right. Is that even the tenor of the song? That would be cool. Opponent finds Gush. Oof. This is a good turn to find a Gush. So they are going to get to have... Maybe you can cast a couple more cantrips. Yeah, okay. All right. I was just making sure. Find another Petitioners. All right, guys. There's only one way to do this. Play Petitioner, or play Sunscape Familiar. Petitioner. We're going to draw more. So if they do... I think we can play around days here. Let's take our time. Let's play around days with these Petitioners. Because they have removal spells, we got to make them use their cards effectively against them. But they're not going very fast. We're just going to keep accumulating advantage. You mowed the yard yesterday. Whoa. That's nuts, man. That's blowing my friggin' noggin. All right, opponent has a jillion cards in hand. They're going to snuff out the Familiar. Okay, that's respectable here. I can definitely appreciate that. They are discarding a fair amount of cards to hand size. I think maybe... Ooh, another Soul Reap. Dang. Okay. Things have looked better for us. That was a lot of removal in one turn. But they don't have us on a super fast clock. As long as they're not just like flush with all of that stuff. I guess they kind of are. They're probably like in the blue-black control mode now. I kind of like Soul Reap here. Was Soul Reap included in the original build of this deck? That's pretty sweet. Yep, gets in. So another Fam wouldn't be bad here. Well, that's good too. Let's just play around days this turn. So let's go Petitioners. And Petitioners. Gonna save us the Augur damage. But we gotta hit some Gushes. We really gotta get ahead here because our opponent's probably gonna resolve a Gurmag Angler soon. And we can't be about that life. Augur is a pretty fantastic card. It drew them a Gush. 2 cards on top, so I think the Anglers are coming. They've got enough for one this turn. They gushed last turn. What's up? 666. They fantasize about Augur and Pauper? No, they don't have to fantasize. The dream has become a reality. So now we have to play around Echoing Decay. Which is kind of awkward, because I don't... Okay, never mind. Opponent's going to use that Brainstorm they've been holding on to. Mm-hmm. The point is that suffering is everywhere at the moment? Oh, God. That was you, 666? That's amazing. No, that's awesome. I'm super glad that was you. That's really, really cool. No doubt, man. Well, us Spice Lovers. Spice Lovers flock together, man. We truly do. So go block. Don't have to worry about Echoing Decay this turn. Take 1. Draw Brainstorm. Well, we got 2 petitioners to help us set that up. Okay. So we'll go... Probably Familiar, Preordain. We're going to have to do this in a hurry if we're going to win. So I'll play Petitioners, and then we'll use that 2 mana to mill the top of our own library. Guys, don't let me forget. For the love of God. We have to win over the next... Oh, frig. Come on. Yep. Opponent goes to 8. Heckin'. And gushes. Well, we're going to need a pretty good gush turn ourselves to get through this, I think. Oh, it's about to get even hotter? Oof. That's so weird. All right, so we got to mill ourselves here. We're going to take about a jillion damage. Oh, it's going to be so hard to reassemble, especially where we're at 12. Maybe drawing Preordain wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think we need Gush right now. And we're going to need all this mana to string anything together. So we're down to 9. Taking 7 this turn, guaranteed. They cycle Ash Barrens. Get an island for the thinning. But that's probably just it, guys. I really don't. I really don't see a way out of this one. All right, we'll take 7 down to 2. This is where that surprise Anthem effect would have done well. Familiar hits the bin. We draw Gush. Okay. Come on. Goodness gushes. Great balls of fire. Opponent's going to dispel the Gush. That's it, isn't it, guys? Welp. Do we have the strands? Do we take out our prismatic strands? Yeah. Couldn't hit anything in the bin in the meantime. Ugh. All right, they got us. Good games, blue-black. Okay, okay. So I know this seems greedy, but I think we're going to keep because we're on the draw. We're a 19 land deck. We can't always expect to open 2 land openers. I think we got to snap this one off and hope we draw correctly. See you tomorrow, Fallen King. Have a great sleep. I think we're going to keep. I will absolutely win a game for you. I plan on it. Opponent's on Beautiful Island. Preordain. How will you deign, opponent? So we got a few draws to find it, plus Brainstorm. Even if we do get Brainstorm locked, no big deal. Bellringer isn't ideal here. All right, we will wait till our turn to Brainstorm this time, because I do think digging 1 card deeper is relevant. Oh, they might have Spell Stutter Sprite, though. That might have been a mistake. I might have wanted to do another upkeep. We don't know what this deck is, though. Delver. Okay. I think we figured it out. Goes to end step, so we will Brainstorm. Island, Familiar, Familiar. Well, we don't want these cards, but we're going to have to keep them and try to gush our way out of this somehow. All right. Comes back to us. Land, Petitioners. Your go, opponent. So I don't know if we want to gush next turn or not. The extra mana doesn't really do anything for us. It does kind of reset the top of our deck after that somewhat tumultuous Brainstorm. Oh, so this is going to be blue-black Delver once again. Okay. We did take a game off them. Maybe it's just a good meta call. So we do have to dig ourselves out of this, but I don't know. It lets us play around days too. Counterspell is really bad here. Maybe we just go low and slow. Let's just take our time. Yeah, so they did have it. See if they flip Delver. I'm assuming they did. They have Preordain. So Ponder's the top card. They ponder. And what do you find? Now it might be time to gush. Probably is. Especially because we missed our land drop. Chooses not to shuffle. So they got the card they wanted off of Ponder. They'll probably flip to Delver next turn. So it'd be nice to have untapped blue mana just for that reason, I guess. We draw Brainstorm. Not ideal. Let's try to Gush here. See what we find. Oh. Oh, dear heavens. Okay. Play Petitioners. See if we can mess up their setup over there with our own Petitioners. Oh, God, that was bad, guys. We're at 17. An opponent has an active Flip Delver over there. They pondered last turn, so I think we're going to mill them here. I don't know if they anticipated us doing this. They very well could have. And this might help them along with an Angler, but we can only really hedge for that post sideboard. 2 Delvers is pretty bad beats. Opponent's going to shuffle. Okay. So whatever card was on top, they wanted to keep it. We mill Gush. Decent. They find another Gush. Okay. Opponent's going to attack for 6. Yep. Just a little too slow going here, I think, gang. I don't think we're going to win on this one. Yikes. Yep. Gush full value. Ritual mode, draw 2, land drop mode, and Grandfather. Yep. So I think we're pretty far out of this one, guys. We will play our Petitioners and pass, but I don't really see us getting out of this. Taking 6, we have to chump Angler. I wonder if Brainstorm for Strands Plains was the play there? Potentially. Yep. Opponent's going to preordain. People are loving their blue-black Delver. 2 cards on bottom. Gotta chump here. Go to 5. Oof. We find Bell Ringer. That's not going to do it. No, we're just dead. I think we could have Brainstormed for a potential Strands. What does Gush do here? Nothing. We would have had to put... Yeah, no, we're just dead. Dang. All right, let's go to game 2. See what we can find. All right, so we're going to bring in our relics just like last time. I think Memory Lapse might be okay. It probably did. It definitely encouraged me to play more Gushes. And we're leaving the Strands in, so I'm compelled to leave like 1 Bell Ringer in. So I'm going to take a 1 Bell Ringer, 1 Dramatic Reversal. We're going to try it like that. Try to get him on the fairsy squaresy plan. And hopefully use these relics to our full advantage. They might not play into how many relics we're running, because we are a Strands deck as well. All right, let's do it. On the play. Turn 1 relic's good enough. I'm going to keep. It'd be really nice to find white mana here. Really, really nice. All right, we draw. Or sorry, we go to play. Relic, pass. Opponent, what do you got? Island and Delver, sure. See if they just flip straight away like. More islands. Well, it's not a white source, but it is something. No days for our Petitioner. Yep. And he flips. If they don't flip here, oh dang. And they found Snuff Out. And they've got the Swamp. Okay. Yep. So opponent gonna wait until we have to untap. Oh, there's Dramatic Reversal. Not gonna do it, I don't think. Play Petitioners and pass the turn. So I don't think we have to Relic here. They're not gonna get the Swamp. Okay. Interesting. Gonna attack for 3. All right, so we're just gonna Relic. Pass through. I think we're going to mill them this turn. Although milling them incrementally doesn't seem to be super productive, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere by not doing that. Augur is the top of their library, so we might as well go get our planes here. Play it. Play Sunscape Familiar. They're going to counter. Yep. And we'll pass, but this Delver, man, this Delver is knocking us out. All right, so get in with one Petitioner. One back to mill this turn. Dramatic Reversal in hand, but it would have to be some pretty crazy gush nonsense, as usual, for us to get through this. Delver's going to get in. Well, we'll try to keep him off Angler for as long as we can. Let's go ahead and crack this. Get rid of 2 cards in their bin. Draw Ash Barrens. Land isn't going to do it, deck. Opponent just passes. Okay. There's Strands. Not really good enough. We'll play Island and pass. It might come in handy a little bit later. Opponent's going to Rend Flesh. You sure will, opponent. I guess we'll mill them. That is going to be the story of it. Opponent's all trying out new, different kind of flavorful removal spells in this deck, at least. Gushes, yep. And what do you find? More cantrips. Tripping all over cans in there. Can you trip? Yes, you can. Can you trip it? Yes, you can. Take 3 from Delver. I don't think now is the time to Strands. I think that'll be next turn for Angler. All right. Mill you. Island. Okay. We draw Ponder. We do have an Ash Barrens in hand. There's a Gush. Okay. So let's go Evolving Wilds, Gush, Brainstorm. No shuffle. Brainstorm. Draw that stuff. We'll put back Island and Ash Barrens. Evolving Wilds. Crack Evolving Wilds. Get Island. Gush. Draw some cards. Hopefully a bunch of Persistent Petitioners. Just one, huh? We'll play it around the possible days and pass. But now we have to chump. It's just not looking very good. Alright. Opponent goes to attacks. But I think we're pretty much out of gas here now. They probably could have even risked like a removal spell there to shore things up. We're at 5. Gonna have to be some pretty impressive strandsing to get out of this one. So we'll play our Petitioners and pass. No attacks. Opponent goes to combat. Swings. So we will go to block here. And Strands on black. Or Strands on blue. Then you got the counter spell. No counter. So maybe we do black here. Keep our Petitioner. Yeah. Go to 2. We're doing our best. But I don't know that our best is going to be enough. We find Familiar. Try to play Familiar. Opponent's got the counter spell, and that's game. Yikes. This is going to have to be a pretty good Ponder. We get 2 looks. We've got our 4 Petitioners. Bellringer feeling pretty weak here. I think we do keep. We have a lot of 1-drop cantrips that could help us here. Like I said, we're a 19 land deck. So keeping 1 land Ponder isn't super unrealistic. Hopefully we hit a land here. Okay. So we're obviously going to go Petitioners, Brainstorm, Ash Barrens. No shuffle. Pass the turn. Upkeep will go get our planes to replace all your cantrips with Cerulean Wisp and Defiant Strike. I really like the shield, the possible Shields of Ella's Veil version of this. I think that is probably one of the cooler ways to do it. So we're going to shuffle here. I guess you have Brainstorm on top. No. So we'll go get our white mana. Even though we're a Gush deck. So maybe we don't get our white mana. Yeah, we shouldn't get white mana. We get blue mana. Come into main phase. We draw Petitioners. So we'll play an island and pass. It's time to petition, gang. It is time to petition. Opponent on slivers by the look. Yep. Looks like we're doing the slivers thing again. All right. So we draw Evolving Wilds. Not too bad. We can go get our white mana. We'll play Petitioners. Pass the turn. That's appropriately dumb. Exactly. All right. Opponent gives Petitioners a read. I wonder if they have another Lord here to get us up above 2 power. Flanking Lord does it. Green Lord, White Lord, they all do it. Let's see. Lead the Stampede. Okay, well, I sure wish I had an answer to that, but I don't. They might have to discard a hand size. All right, pass the turn. But I'm sure they're going to find a way to attack around these soon. That does it. Okay. Intéressant, but they do have to take a turn off here. Or they don't. I wonder if they have mutagenic growth. I think we take 2. All right, so we play 2 Petitioners. We're off to a good start, guys. So next turn is Petitioner. Get the mill going. This is the second league. We've been giving her. So next turn we'll play our last 2 Petitioners. One of them in chump block mode. You also hit your head. So Spinneret Sliver comes down, which I find kind of interesting. I think they're trying to bait us into blocking. And, oh no, it has flanking now. So definitely no reason to block this turn. I guess we're just playing 2 Petitioners next turn anyway, but I think we should block next turn. They're a Lord deck, so they see to do more damage in the future. Okay, what do we draw? Relic. That doesn't do anything. Okay, so play Petitioners. Play Petitioners. Or should we just mill for 2 here? So we're going to go down to 46 cards. We mill 48 with 4 activations. We can't get them down to 36 over the next 2 turns, and we're just going to be going all out. So I think we play a chump blocker. And pass the turn. No attacks, for sure. We're close, guys. We're close. It's going to be tough, but we might make it. I don't know. We need 4 activations. We have 3 that we're currently looking at. If we draw another untap effect, we might get there. All right, Sinew Sliver is going to come down. We're at 16. We're going to take 6 down to 10 this turn. Plated Sliver. Yep. And Journey. F. Okay. So Journey will hit that Petitioner. Okay, we'll go ahead and tap. You, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we can't chump block. So we're taking what? 16? That's lethal? We have to chump block? Oh, frig. No, that's 10. That's 10. Okay. So we don't block here. No. What do we drop? Dramatic Reversal. Oh, God. Oh, how close are we? We're at 6? We can only mill them twice here, and with the blocks that we have to line up for next turn, we just pretty much die. Oh my god, guys. This is way too close. I'm so upset. Okay. I guess pass. I don't think there's any reason to Dramatic Reversal. I guess we could Relic... No, Relic Dig does not do anything. Okay, so we're going to pass. We're going to mill them out. And we're going to try to make it so at least one of our Petitioners survives. Next turn. We have to do it on attacks, which is pretty weird. Hopefully they don't just kill us. So Blossoming Sands. Yep. And, oh, another Lord. Does that just do it? And another Journey. Come off it, opponent. Okay. So Journey comes down. Targets. So we're going to... I think we're just dead now. Mill you. Untap. We can mill ourselves looking for prismatic strands, but I still don't think that does it. Untap everything. God, guys, we were so close. Strands could keep us alive at plenty. So I think we do mill ourselves. Because just chump blocking with everything doesn't win us the game here. Target us. See what we hit. Strands? Strands on white might buy us another turn. No prismatic strands. All right. That was a risky play, but I had to take it. And now we're just dead. I didn't hit any strands, right? Nope. GG's. Okay. That was slivers. Again. So let's bring in our Strandses for sure. I think this might be a memory lapse matchup. I think we take out bell ringers and reverse, probably relics. No, we probably want bell ringers over reversal actually. So let's try it like that. Echoing Truth might be okay. But I like this better. So let's try it like this. Yeah, no other line. We would like to play first. Brainstorm Shuffle. All right, let's keep. And I do like Bozo's suggestion of doing it on turn 2. So here we're hoping to hit Familiar for sure. Another Brainstorm. Okay, so Brainstorm first. We might put one of these Evolving Wilds back. There's Familiar. Okay, we probably won't have time to do another Brainstorm. So we're going to put back Brainstorm. We're going to put back... Maybe we put back Preordain Plains and then Fetch Plains. Yeah, because we will eventually want more blue mana. And Brainstorm is more powerful now that we have the other shuffle effect. Then we'll be able to go Familiar Brainstorm next turn. Or Familiar Petitioners next turn. Yeah. Okay. So put back Plains. Play Evolving Wilds. Pass the turn. Go get Plains with this. Oh man, when they have the perfect mana. Here they come. The slivers are really rolling. All right, let's play a couple of 0-3s to try to slow our opponent down a little bit. I don't know if this turn we should Evolving Wilds again. There's Ash Barrens. No, I think it's definitely just Familiar. Because if they don't have something to pump these up, +1/+1, we might be able to make some good blocks. Petitioners, pass the turn. The next turn we get another Brainstorm Shuffle on tap. We could find the rest of our Familiars. We gotta hurry though. They don't give you any time. There's no blinking in this matchup. Not a Lord. Journey, okay. What's it gonna get? Sure. Not a big deal. If they want to slow down, we'll slow down too. Oh, they might have mutagenic growth. We've got to get it out of their hand. No mutagenic growth. Okay. We draw Petitioners. Likely story. So we'll Brainstorm. Put back Island. Put back Ash Barrens. Play Petitioners. Play Evolving Wilds. Pass the turn. We get up to 4 next turn, but we're already at 16. And our opponent's probably got a Lord to frig up our day here now. What's this? Yep, they sure do. Oh, are they going to be 4/4s? My heart. Yep. Okay, so no sense blocking here. Now we have to find Prismatic Strands, or we pretty much lose. But this is a great board to Prismatic Strands into, I'll tell you. We draw Island. Okay, let's ponder. We won't stop for anything but strands. We have 3 of them. Okay, Petitioners are definitely not what we want. So bottom, shuffle. Draw Evolving Wilds. Also not good. So let's go Petitioners, Petitioners, but we have to chump a lot next turn. Oh, slivers. Downsize. We've got lead, yep. There's so few ways out for us here. Plated Sliver probably going to come down. Yep. I wonder if like trying to double and triple block their stuff is the way to do this. So all but one is going to eat the dust, just in case there was ever a bit of hope for us. Mill you. Okay. Pretty inconsequential. We go to 5 poison and 4 life. And we draw Petitioners. That's it. Slivers are gonna sliv. Alright, let's do it. We got 2 preordains. And we have our blue source. And we got a gush and a couple petitioners. This isn't that bad. I'm gonna keep. This really isn't. Our preordains are gonna get the rest of our land drops. Gush is gonna help. Gotta find a fam. Gotta go fast. Alright, go to our main phase, play our Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. Maybe we just play all untap lands in the deck from now on. Is that the idea? Tron. Alright, well, we haven't tried this matchup yet. It would be nice to take down Tron. We are a Gush deck. But we gotta go a little bit faster than this for sure. We find Dramatic Converser. Congratulations on the game win. Thank you very much. It wasn't easy, I'll tell you. So we're going to preordain. We need more lands, so I'm just going to bottom both of these, much to my chagrin. We find another Petitioner's a likely story. I think just committing... I hope so. I really, really hope so. Tower, going to sack map, so our opponent's turboing their way up to Tron. They don't have a ton of counter magic, and they really take their time killing you. But I can't imagine we're great against Inrova Horror. Alright, another land is okay. So play land, play Petitioners. We'll be able to Gush, get 2 Petitioners down next turn. No, but I think that is cool. What are they going to do? Fog lock you? No, you're right, though. So what do we bring in against them? Do they... I wanted to do like a Chancery Snap Village Bellringer thing, but I was talked out of it for good reason. Alright, opponent, they got Tron. What are they going to do with it? Prophetic Prism, Muldrifter, I presume. Simic Signet, though. Alright, guys, let's do this. Oh, true, though. Yep, no, I agree. Keep developing that mana base, man. It's very hard to run Karuz with Gush. Island was a decent draw. So I think our opponent is maybe thinking about leaving up interaction here, but the ritual mode on Gush is all we really needed to do. Giving them access to more of their graveyard is obviously kind of troublesome, like problematic, but... Yeah, I agree with that. Big time. Alright, so we are going to have a good Gush turn here. Get 2 Petitioners down. Alright, so let's Gush first. We might find a white source for this familiar. Albeit maybe not a good one. No, we didn't. Okay, so I think the plan now is to just Petitioners, and hope our opponent doesn't find like their Dinrova Horror in time or something. And it doesn't let you Petitioners on too, that's correct. We've got Dramatic Reversal to speed things up. And currently our opponent isn't really doing anything that's too problematic. They are on the Muldrifter beats. They could leave up a Condescend for the 4th Petitioner next turn. Definitely good odds to find number 4. I'm worried about counter magic here, but I don't think we can play around Condescend. I think we just got to keep jamming stuff into it. So we resolve that 4th one. We got them on such a fast clock that they likely can't interact with considering what's on board. Crusher. God. F. We sure do. possible? Yeah, I guess if we ponder into it, sack 2 lands, we get up to 2 more lands for dramatic reversal on the following turn. We don't have to block necessarily. There's Petitioners. All right, so let's ponder first. Our opponent's down interaction now, just in case. So we'll ponder first. We won't be gushing anymore. None of this stuff really matters. Yeah. We're not doing any of this, so I think we're going to shuffle this. See what we find naturally. Another Petitioners, likely story. So we'll play Petitioners. Pass the turn. Yeah. So we've got 3 activations on tap here. We can sack 1 Petitioner in a land. But we only need 2 islands next turn anyway. Keeping a Petitioner as a chump blocker for next turn is ideal. So let's do that. So we will... Might as well do this now. It does help them a lot. Their graveyard is very useful to them. Yeah. Wall, though. So a bunch of artifacts. When you mouse over OP. So we gotta survive for 1 more turn. We might be able to do this. I guess I can just play enough of these that we have to chump our way out of having enough Petitioners. Uh-oh. Self-assembler, man. Self-assembler did it. We can activate twice on our turn, but that's not enough. That's only 24, putting them down to 8 cards. Not like this. We draw Brainstorm. So if we go land Petitioners, we can for them, or we can activate. I think we're out of it. Because we have to chump block one of these too. Yeah, we're just dead. Heck. All right, play Petitioners. Pass the turn. See if they want to give us any extra info. I feel like Gush would have had to been part of the draw there. And even then, probably still wouldn't get us out of it. All right, Ulamog's Crusher, definitely a problem. Who would have thunked it? Three mana. Stirrings. So they are going to give us a little more information. Which is nice of them. Very considerate. Yeah, Snap would have been game winning here. They might not make the correct attack and let us win. Somehow. I still don't think we have very many outs. Yep. Yep. Like, we don't have any outs. But we're going to play to them, dang it. Here comes Crusher. Here comes Drifty Boy. Here come the Assemblers. And we'll scoop. We're dead. Well, we're not just dead, but we're pretty much dead. So, Milieu. Oh, actually, we are just dead. Yeah. So we gotta sack our lands. Go to blocks. Block like this. Block like this. Tap, tap, tap. And what's your deck look like, opponent? 18 cards in library. Man, the early Crusher there was backbreaking, but now we're dead. We're not just dead, so let's see what we find on top. They have Fengraf. Oh, they bolt. Yep. This is what you're here for. All right, there was the gush, but a little bit too late. So we're going to concede here. Nothing we can do. We have to sack 2 things with a trigger and we're just dead. But it was close. 18 cards in library. All right, so memory lapse coming in. We probably do want Relic. And we probably want Deep Analysis as well. We can take out our combo pieces and our Prismatic Strands. And probably even 1 Brainstorm, because we don't have to be super fast about it. Echoing Truth might be good here too. Maybe Echoing Truth over Deep Analysis. Probably Echoing Truth over Deep Analysis. And maybe going down the clock isn't a great idea. Maybe Memory Lapse isn't even a thing. Maybe we should have Echoing Truth instead of Memory Lapse for those like couple of cards that actually matter, and keep in the dramatic reversals. Just try to stay low to the ground. Although I feel like Memory Lapse is kind of good. Do we need this many relics? Maybe not. What do you guys think? It is a weird kind of thing, but it does enable that sort of busted opener. I think we're actually trying to race. I think controlling the graveyard isn't that relevant. They had Pulse and Bolt and all that stuff, but yeah. So I actually think I'm going to leave the 2. I'm going to leave it at 2 relics for 2 memory lapses. We're here to try stuff out, guys. We're finding out if it's possibly Pauper playable. I would love to play first. Oh, this is sketchy, but it's like a couple cantrips away from being good. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it, guys. 4 petitioners in a dream. That's what we're here to do. All right, opponent, what do you think? Going to 5? 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. We already have it. We got the whole combo in hand. Money. Play Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. We got our 3 lands now. Just need to find a gush, get that 4th mana. Oh man, I wonder if they're just gonna hustle right up to Crusher. Wouldn't that be awkward? 4th land would kind of be nice. Can curve into them. There it is. Right off the top. Play Petitioners. Pizzy the Tizzy. All right, opponent, what's this? No early Crusher. Come on. Do not reveal Crusher off your stirrings here. Are they going to bolt it? Sure. Got more where that came from. Come on, no land. Dang. Well, they got their colored mana set up. But if they're going to be this slow about it, I think we'll be okay. And look, we just keep drawing Petitioners. All right, so we're going to get to cast 2 next turn. The deck is perfect. Here comes Stirrings, I believe. Stir, 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 stir. See, if we had the Familiar early there, that would have been pretty sweet. Gets us another turn. I think that's the cards that are really like in consideration here. Are the cards that buy you, or like make it go faster by a turn. So the untap effects and the Familiars and things like that. Ooh, spicy. So play Familiar. Play Petitioners. Play Petitioners. Pass the turn. Attack for 1. All right. Untap effect in a dream. Oh, dang it. Don't have Crusher. Don't do me like that. Come on. No. Okay, Retrogriff's not a big deal. That doesn't matter. Deck is perfect. All right, we draw Brainstorm. So we might as well give it a go. There's Memory Lapse. We definitely want that. So let's go Relic, Memory Lapse, play Petitioners, just in case they have counter magic. All right, it costs less. F. Well, we couldn't have Memory Lapse this turn anyway, so we'll pre-drain. We'll hold on to Memory Lapse. So bottom that. Can't go back. Top that. And pass the turn. Get ready to get our mill on. Only bolts and crusher matter. You are correct. So hopefully this isn't crusher. Drifter. Okay. Yep. And what now? 5 more mana. Oh yeah, Rolling Thunder does kind of matter. You're right. So I'm really happy to have a Memory Lapse in hand. That's real good backup. The creatures they're playing right now don't really matter. Fangren Marauder, whatever. It attacks, but it's not an issue. Come on, opponent. Do the thing. Deck is perfect, guys. We won the match. So all right, they get to go on the play. Oh, they had to go change their avatar. My god. No. Deck. God. It was really slow. It was really, really slow. Really slow. Really, really, really slow. Yeah, that'll do. All right, opponent probably going to be able to daze this. It's what we signed up for. You just, like, they can interact with you so fast after that. I think getting a decent draw where you, like, have... So I think a decent 6 with Familiar has just a way better chance. So I was compelled to do that. We might want to scoop in the interest of time and also conserving information from our opponent. They know we're on the Petitioner's plan. And Bolas, okay. So we gotta hit like land here. It's not the end of the universe to have to crack our relic. We do have the opportunity to brainstorm. There is an argument for having... Oh, God. Okay. So we'll keep Preordain, I guess. Our opponent likely doesn't have... Yeah, our opponent likely doesn't have a way to strip our hand with Preordain. We definitely need Preordain. I really wish Petitioners was on top instead of Village Bellringer. Not to say the percentages were very high in the first place, but I think I stacked those wrong. I guess we're going to find out. All right, what's up? What's coming for us? More blue-black shenanigans? More blue-black pretty lands? You know it is. All right, so whatever this is, when it's on the stack, I'm going to go ahead and relic them. Our opponent knows what we're up to now. They're like, gotta kill them. Opponent's stumbling on mana. Gotta go fast. Daze could eat this Preordain next turn, and that's pretty much it. All right, let's see. What do we find? Well, we're going to find Bellringer, unfortunately. Preordain. So bottom these, they're not lands. Find Gush. But it's going pretty bad. Going real bad, deck. Deck, don't be a guy. Like, just like, come on. Thank you, Mr. Redbird. I need all the encouragement I can get right now. Opponent's going to flip the Delver aggressively, start attacking for 4, and we're pretty far out of this now. Yep. So we're going to want to crack Relic this turn to keep digging if we don't find our land. We didn't. Let's crack Relic. Land? No land. We're probably dead. Opponent's going to get an Angler next turn. We're going to go to 11. They would have to be on blanks for the next, like, 4 turns. I think we're just dead. Yep. Preordains. Preordains. 2 cards on top. Yep. Another Delver. Just going to turn up the clock pretty good. Another Delver. Just going to turn up the clock pretty good. So we're just dead next turn if they flip these Delvers. And if they have... Yeah, we're dead. I'm done. There's the island. Because our Tron opponent just like straight scooped a match. Just like outright scooped a match. So Bell Ringers are going to come out. I think I'm going to try something different this time. I think I'm going to bring in Deep Analysis. No, we almost never hit 4 mana. I'm going to bring in Memory Lapse for the Wrangler. No, I'm gonna bring in Echoing Truth. We haven't tried Echoing Truth in this matchup. So let's try it like that. See how that works. I just want to get one of those janky turbo wins so bad. We look good against Tron, that's for sure. We're probably pretty alright against Boros Monarch too. Okay. Alright. This can go quickly. Let's keep. And we'll go turn 1 Plains. Turn 2 Sunscape Familiar. Hopefully find enough blue mana to facilitate whatever we're going to try to do. Yep. Yep. Looking at my hand, opponent. Is this all foiled out? Is opponent blinging it? It's blinged out, man. Get that bling deck. Bling, bling. Promise bling. I don't really know why you're taking so long to look. I think we're going to get Daze next turn, and it's going to hurt a lot. So maybe we just preordain for a land to play around Daze with Sunscape Familiar, especially because they're kind of friggin' around, not doing much. They're definitely playing towards a Gurmag Angler. Wow, that's a lot of Gitaxian Probes. This is going to be an early Gurmag Angler, man. So I think we will play around Daze and try to preordain into our next land drop. Yep. So let's do that. And then, so if we hit another island, then we can Sunscape Familiar and we can wait another turn and commit 2 Petitioners in the same turn. So you need like a good amount of counter magic to interact with that. All right, Preordain. Come on. Give me that gas. But I think just walking into Daze there just doesn't do anything. I played against this deck enough tonight to know. I wonder how everyone's doing with it. It's interesting, right? You always see the same players on it in the top ranks of the challenge, but not everybody is probably doing consistently well with it, right? So bottom both. We are trying to find a land. Petitioners, okay. That's awkward. All right, so pass turn. And if we don't hit land the next turn, I think we just got to jam. Start casting Petitioners and hold on to Sunscape Familiar because it represents a way for us to kind of have a good turn. Although they are representing Gurmag Angler right now. I probably would have kept Relic if I could have found it. That would have been okay there. Not great, but it would have been okay. Now they're going to get the Gurmfather down, and that's probably going to be it. No Gurmfather. Okay. Land. No land. All right, let's preordain. Because we could hit Relic or... Oh my god, just Petitioners. There's so many of these. Well, there's Relic. I don't know how much that helps, though. They'll probably Daze this. At which point we kind of don't have the option but to just cast out Sunscape Familiar next turn. This doesn't slow them down on Angler. They can still cast it. They're going to Daze. Okay. Cool. We'll pass. Opponent. Replays their land. And Gurmfather. Leaving up blue. So finding that Echoing Truth would be nice. I don't know if we have any chance to defend it. If opponent has another Daze here, that's probably it. But we tried so hard and fought so hard. All right, what's happening now? The Gurmfather. This thing's horrifying. Yep. Going to Do what with your preordain? 2 on bottom. Okay. Maybe they're looking for a removal spell for this? Yeah. They go to 10. Attack us to 15. We draw Gush. I'm going to try to find a land drop here. It'd be really nice to find a fetch land. There's fetch land. So we'll put back Reversal. We'll put back Brainstorm. We have our Petitioners now. We're going to shuffle this turn. We're going to have to play them around Gush. Or we're going to have to play them around Counter Magic. And we're going to be taking 5 from this Gurmag Angler forever. We got to find our Echoing Truth, so we might want to Gush next turn. We have to sneak Gush through, too. And Echoing Truth. Kind of at the same time. Deal over. And we'll go shuffling. Island. And I guess we just try to play Petitioners. Like, I don't think we can win, but we got to try. I'm sure they have removal for them. We're at 10. Let's see what they find off Delver. Delver. Yeah, they got the days. Okay. Oh, if that familiar would have got through. Maybe. Just maybe. They flip on days. Yep. And they're swinging for 8. I don't think we get anywhere by blocking here, but we kind of can't, or we just lose. We draw a Relic. A little too late on you, guy. So let's Gush. Access to 5 mana this turn, but we have to find Echoing Truth for Delver, which we did not find. So let's Ponder. Ah, there's Truth. Top. No. Play a land. Play Relic. I don't know how we could do this, though. We could, like, bounce Delver and keep playing chump blockers. I don't know, man. This is very, very scary. We're at 2. All right, so we're going to activate now so that our opponent doesn't have a chance to Angler next turn with a land drop or a spellcast this turn. No attacks. Upkeep, I think we're going to Echoing Truth, Delver. Opponent has Dispel. We're dead. I think. Yep, we are dead. All right, guys. That was it. Hello there out in YouTube land. Thank you so much for hanging out for the entire League video. Persistent Petitioners was a really hard card to build around, and I still have to thank my friends from my Discord who did help me build it. So links to the past. Proteus, he was in the water. Maybe you don't want to be associated with the deck anymore, but I still think we did the best job we could, and I still think it was really fun to play. Maybe we didn't hit our gushes on time. Maybe we didn't get those crazy kind of fast starts we were looking for, but who knows? There could be a few draws in there, and maybe there was a 4-1 or a 5-0 result. I mean, you know, Vinestorm did it, so this deck should be able to too. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching the entire video out there in YouTube and for staying for the entire stream here on Twitch. I really appreciate it, guys. Have a great night.